The Fox News doctor, Keith Ablow, is going to give his thoughts on the World Cup here, and he's going to come up with a theory that's so absurd, even other Fox hosts are going to correct him on the spot.
I'm suspect. I'm suspect because here's the thing. Why, at a time when there's so many national issues and international issues of such prominence, I'm a little suspicious of yet another bread and circus routine. Let's roll out the marijuana, pull back the laws, and get people even more crazy about yet another entertainment event. I think this is a way to distract people. This is like Rome.
Worldview, right?
This is like Rome. I can see why Obama would love
What are
the
you
World
talking
Cup
about? This is encouraging for kids to get out and play sports, and you can play soccer from a young age.
Go
that's
play
what's so
if
good
you
about
want.
it.
I think that's fine, but I think it's interesting that at a time when there's so much to pay attention to, of such great import, are playing games.
Harris, how about you? Are you into the World Cup?
Well, I have to disagree with the doctor.
It's a little much.
They set these schedules years ago. It's not like they lined it up with what's going on in the current events of the world. So
the World Cup is a liberal plot for Obama to distract you. Even the other host was like, actually, this schedule would have existed regardless of Obama being president, or let's say Mitt Romney won, or let's say John McCain won and he was in his second term. The World Cup would have went on. So how you can say that, I mean, think of what he's saying. He's acting like if the people in America were not watching the World Cup, that somehow we would all decide to turn on the TV and watch a congressional hearing on C-SPAN. No, nothing is going to make the American people watch a congressional hearing on C-SPAN, okay? Unless maybe you put on the corner of the screen people fucking in real time. Throw some porn on the screen while C-SPAN is on. Then maybe you'll get some people to listen. And even then, probably not, because I guarantee you there's better porn on the internet. People tell me. Not that I know. And what are you talking about with marijuana? How did he get weed into the conversation? And by the way, states are legalizing weed. Obama hasn't signed an executive order to try to legalize weed. So how can you get Obama, weed, fucking the World Cup? Just no matter what, it really is like that. Who was it? Jenna Marbles that did the skit? Thanks, Obama. I mean, that's really what they're doing here. Everybody's watching the World Cup. Thanks, Obama. Obviously, he's using this as a distraction to get away from serious issues. But let's get to the most important part of this. Why is he really saying that? Allow me to psychologically analyze the Fox News psychologist. By the way, I actually have a background in psychology. A lot of people don't know that when I went to college, that was my original major. And then eventually, obviously, I switched out and I got my degree in political science. But I have a pretty good understanding of psychology because that was what I was originally interested in, and that's what I was going to major in, right? So let's take a look at what's going on inside his head. See, this is something that we call projection. Because Dr. Keith Ablow's Dix, what? Did I say that out loud? He knows that Republicans are always trying to distract from how much they suck. So he assumes that Obama is doing the same thing. But no, he's not doing the same thing. Now, what do I mean when I say that the Republicans distract from how much they suck? Well, think about it, man. If you listen to any far right-winger, any of the 14 people that listen to Rush Limbaugh's show, for example, talk to one of them. You know what they say? Benghazi! Benghazi's so serious, it's the biggest problem. Really? What about Benghazi is it? They can't give you any specifics. They can't give you any specifics because there is no specifics. They don't know why they're angry about it. They just know it's the buzzword that they're supposed to get angry at. Benghazi! What did Obama want the people to die in Benghazi? Is that what you're saying? Are you that fucking stupid? Is that what you believe? Tell me what's going on. Why are you so angry about it? They can't tell you. So it's Benghazi. It's the IRS. And there's absolutely no scandal at the IRS. For fuck's sake, the head of the IRS at the time that there was a scandal to be against conservatives, it was a George W. Bush appointment. A conservative guy was leading the fucking agency. And what? Oh, he's anti-conservative? That's funny that you actually believe that. I can't tell you how childish that is and how not based on the evidence that is, okay? So they have Benghazi, the IRS, Fast and Furious, all these different non-scandal scandals. And they'll focus on them. Now, why are they focusing on them and why are they pushing those narratives? Because they need to have you not look at what's going on behind the scenes. And what's going on behind the scenes is record obstruction. We've talked about this before, man. Literally, there hasn't been a Congress in the history of the United States, the recorded history of the United States, a Congress that has been more obstructionist than this one. Everything is filibustered. Everything is filibustered by default. They require a 60-vote supermajority to get anything passed. Record obstruction. They tried to repeal Obamacare 50 times. Okay, you need to understand how insane that is. Even if they got an Obamacare repealed through the House, they'd never get it through the Senate because it's majority Democratic controlled, and Obama would veto it immediately. It's a signature accomplishment. So you're trying to repeal that? You have a record number of filibusters? You shut down the government because you didn't get your way. And you guys are going to say, Obama's distracting. You're distracting. You don't want the rest of the American people to realize just how extreme you are, so you have to push these fake narratives, IRS, Benghazi, Fast and Furious, in order to say, okay, don't look at what we're doing, because, see, look over here, look over here. And, of course, the conservatives there, I mean, they're so dumb, it's like a bullfight. You just show the red cloth, and the conservatives running, IRS, Benghazi. You know, they don't know what's actually going on in the country. They have no idea that President Obama made 95% of the Bush tax cuts permanent. Obama cut their taxes. They have no idea about that. Obama did over a dozen small business taxes in his first term alone. They have no idea about that. They have no idea that Obamacare is actually originally a conservative idea. Richard Nixon proposed it. Then the Heritage Foundation, a right-wing think tank, wrote policy papers about it. Then fucking Newt Gingrich and Chuck Grassley supported it as an alternative to Clinton care in the 90s when the healthcare debate was going on. They have no idea that Obama is a right-wing president. But look, that's an actual psychological analysis that makes sense, other than this jack-off Dr. Keith Ablow on Fox News pulling things out of his ass and pretending like the World Cup is a liberal conspiracy that Obama set in motion to distract you.